Hey my loves, so I am in paradise, and I'm not talking about my external environment, as beautiful as it is. I am in paradise within myself, and I want to share with you how I've come to this transformation and this state of gratitude, because I do want to inspire you to join me on this path of self-love, to join me in this path of self-improvement, because I do care for you as much as I care for myself. So we live in a funny society. Certain things, if you mention openly, it will be celebrated, and other things, it will be pushed under the rug. So for example, if you want to work on yourself physically or financially, if you want to get a good body, start working out, start eating good. If you want to attend workshops or read books and seminars on how to get as successful as possible, it's celebrated. You know, people are happy for you, people will encourage you, people will support you. But if you tell someone, I want to get in touch with myself sexually, I want to connect with my sexual nature, I want to heal any sexual traumas or conditioning, I want to have an amazing sex life and get as intimate as possible with my partner or partners, you know, no one's really going to want to hear that, because it triggers something that's uncomfortable, that's fundamentally uncomfortable in our society, which is sex. Because there's so much connotation to the word shameful and guilty and dirty that comes up when we think about sex, from the conditioning from our parents, from our friends, from pornography, from the media, that no one really has a clue who they are sexually. And if you want to improve yourself on all levels, if you want to be the happiest you are, and you know that you are to be, then you have to work on your sexuality, and you have to bring this openly from yourself. You don't have to tell anyone else, but just with yourself, and get to know who you really are sexually. And I'm talking about all your desires, all your fears, all your insecurities, all your shame, all your guilt, all your fantasies, all your joys, all your pleasures. To know it, to bring it open in your conscience, and to give light to it, because it is light. And sex is one of the most amazing, beautiful forms of worship you can do. It's like going to church or going to the temple or praying or kirtan or puja or medicine ceremony. It's just as powerful in connecting yourself with something higher than all those religious, shamanic, spiritual forms of connecting with the divine. And when I got in touch with who I am sexually, so many doors opened up, so many doors of healing from the past, so many doors of opportunity, so many beautiful, beautiful love stories just came straight into my life because of it. And I've grown so much as a person and have become so happy with who I am, because I face every aspect of myself, and sexuality is one of the biggest aspects as a human, because we truly express our sexual energy unlike any other species on earth. We do it through dance, we do it through creativity, through sport, through just building, through relationships, through expression, through the clothes we wear and what we eat even. And it is so important. And coming from a culture that really suppresses it in people, like we don't get the proper education on what sex really is. We base it off movies and pornography, and that really warps our mind. So as a testimony, I can honestly say, when you work on yourself sexually, it's going to be one of the most liberating things you can ever do. To really overcome fears, insecurities, is one of the most powerful tools that you can possess as a human, to be truly just fearless in this life. because life is just gonna throw you everything externally that is internal. And if internally you are strong, you are beautiful, you are central, life is just gonna manifest that. So that really is my message, you know, to get rid of all this conditioning that we have about what sex is and what is appropriate and what is not appropriate about sex, you know. Because like personally, I want to be able to fuck good. I want to be able to make love as beautiful as possible. I want to be able to have relationships that are fulfilling, not just sexual relationships, but romantic relationships and relationships with friends and family. And you can't do that if you don't even know who you truly are on all aspects. And sexuality goes even deeper than the mind and our personality. It goes even deeper than that. And once we can bring light into our sexual selves and our sexual nature, we do the good work. We heal ourselves, we heal the planet, we heal others. And just from sharing now, just from my personal experiences, a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse sexually, but now there's so much liberation, and now there's no fear that comes around it. There's no shame, there's no guilt, because everything about it is beautiful. If you really truly offer your life into something greater for the greater good, sex is one of the most beautiful things you can offer. And there's nothing around that word sex except the word slut and player. Those two words have taken me a long time to get rid from my vocabulary, because they are damaging, not just damaging to ourselves, but to our souls and to our relationships as well, all relationships. So those two words you should completely get rid of. Know who you are sexually. Know what you want sexually. Know what you don't want sexually. Know what you're comfortable with. Know what you're not comfortable with. Know what you're scared of being open about. Talk to your partners. Talk to your children. Talk to your brothers. Talk to your sisters. Talk to everyone openly about it. Everyone that you can trust. Because it truly is liberating when we get rid of guilt and shame and fear when it comes to sex. Because it is one of the greatest gifts you can enjoy as a human. But obviously, we don't want to abuse any power with ourselves. We want to respect ourselves as much as possible. So for me now, I choose my partners sexually very, very cautiously. I don't want to have sex just with anyone I find attractive. Just because I can put my lingam in your yoni doesn't mean I'm going to have sex with you. I have to know who the person is. I have to know the person looks after themselves mentally, emotionally, physically. I have to know that they're a good person, that they're a loving person inside before I can really open my body to their energy. So that is my message today, and I am finding a lot of power from just putting this on video, because it is something that I have really ignored most of my life. But now, since I've faced it, and I'm gonna keep facing it, and I'm sure lots of stuff are gonna keep coming out, I'm just gonna be as open as I can with all of you, because I do love and care for all of you, because I love and care for myself so much, so much. And when you love and care for yourself, you know that you love and care for every single being on this earth. No matter who, no matter what, as long as it's breathing and alive. I'm not even breathing, I mean the plants, I guess they're breathing. But as long as we're on this journey together, we need to love one another. And to start loving one another, you gotta start loving yourselves, all aspects of yourselves. So that's my message. Hope you enjoy this amazing, amazing day, wherever you are, whatever it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this message. I'm going to share more on Tantra. I'm going to share more on yoga. I'm going to share more on what I mean by the divine and these energies, because it's something that I'm very passionate about right now. But for now, I feel good. I feel great. And I want all of you to feel the same. I love you. Take care.